Hello students, welcome to Learner's Planet. So now today in this session, let us discuss about the mitochondria. In this session we are going to discuss it in such a way that you can understand that how to label this particular picture or the diagram of the mitochondria, and while labeling the diagram, entire story related to mitochondria should be clear in your mind with respect to its function as well as the structural part. If these two things are perfect, then definitely you can answer any kind of question which is related to the mitochondria. So let us see the diagram, and while labeling this particular picture, let us revise the entire thing which is related to the structure as well as to the function of each part here. So here in this diagram, as we have already discussed this particular picture, see, when we are discussing about the picture, definitely you must recall the basic structure. So while labeling this particular diagram, just have a look over it. Fine, just remind that what you have studied about it. See, usually what happens in this particular chapter, that is fundamental unit of life, students get confused with different organelles. They just mix up the things of different organelles, and of course if some of the students are having this exam phobia, then they really they are affected by such type of things. So there is nothing to worry about. Just practice out the things, close your eyes once, take a deep breath, and then again have a look over it. And definitely after looking at the diagrams, of course in subject biology, have a look over the diagram and most of the things are going to be cleared out in your mind. You can clearly understand that which particular part is present over there and what should be the name of it. So let us see here, this structure is there. You can see these outer boundaries which are having the inner irregular boundaries too, isn't it? So let us label it out from this particular part, right? So the very first part that you should label in the mitochondria is the membrane. Each organelle is surrounded by a cell membrane, right? In the case of mitochondria, it is a double membrane structure. So in this case, let us label it out here first. As it is present outside, so it should be the outer membrane, right? And as we are saying that mitochondria is a double membrane structure, then definitely inside this particular membrane, the another part present should be the inner membrane, right? So the another part that should be labeled here is the inner membrane. Now beside this, these two particular membranes, they are having some space in between. They are not simply they are stuck to each other, rather there is the presence of a space, and that space is actually what it is known as the intermembrane space. Intermembrane, that means between the two membranes. So it is simply in intermembrane space. Now beside this, the inner membrane, as you can look in the picture also, so it is just very simple to remind that this inner membrane is not smooth. It is rough, and rough in what sense? That it is having many folds inside, right? So each fold which is present here inside is known as the crista. The plural is going to be cristae. So you can see so many folds are there. So it is going to be CRISTAE, right? So if you are showing many folds together in a single label, then you should write the plural word. If you are simply showing a single fold here, you can just highlight here like this, or this inner folds, this invaginations here. So that is of course going to be known as crista, right? Beside this, the inner space inside this particular inner membrane, of course it is enclosing some space which is filled with some jelly-like substance. And what that jelly-like substance is there? That jelly-like substance in mitochondria is known as the matrix, right? It is X, I'm sorry. So this matrix, of course, it is a jelly-like substance. That means it is having maximum concentration of water inside. Beside that, there is the presence of the biomolecules like vitamins, like enzymes, like regulators, like carbohydrates, proteins, amino acids, fatty acids, and so on. There are so many different types of complexes, right? Now these are helping in the regulation and the functioning of this particular organelle. Beside that, the important point to be noted here is, or what thing is left out here for labeling. What is highlighted here? The small coil structure, right? So this coiled structure is what? It is supposed to be DNA. So this mitochondria is another organelle in a structure or in a eukaryotic cell where the DNA is present, and this DNA is controlling the main function of this particular organelle. What is the main function of mitochondria? It is the respiratory site, isn't it? It is a site of respiration. Now, site of respiration, that means it is controlling the second half of the respiration. See, what is respiration? It is the oxidation of glucose, right? Into what? Into carbon dioxide and the water molecules. So this particular cycle, it takes place in various steps. So the initial half part occurs in the cytoplasm, and the remaining second half will take place inside the mitochondria. So these membranes, they are having the specific complexes over there and the enzymes over there which are helping in the conduction of this particular process here, right? So that is of course the main function here. And as these enzymes or this particular regulation of respiratory cycle is actually under the control of various enzymes or the regulators, and for that information is stored in the DNA which is present within this particular organelle. If we get concerned with the structural part, then those particular inflammatory molecules, they are of course stored within the DNA in the nucleus. So partial control is there, therefore the organelle is known as the semi-autonomous organelle. Besides this, it is helping in the oxidation of glucose molecules. So what it is known as, it is actually it is meant for the synthesis of energy-rich molecules, that is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So of course it is known as the powerhouse of the cell, right? So this is how we can simply say that while labeling the diagram, definitely we can understand the structure as well as the function of the of any of the organelle. So definitely to understand, to study these organelles, to study the structure of the cell, studying through diagram is the best way to understand the basic things. Definitely what other thing you can do while practicing is, here in the center you can make this diagram on your own, and on left side you can write the structural part, right? And of course the details of it if it is required. On the right side you can write the simultaneously the function of each part. So a particular single sheet can, or a very small piece of paper where you are doing this job or you are doing this practice, that can help you in revising the things in a very short period of time for your exams. So this is how you can actually study the particular subject, that is the biology. In the next session we can study, or we can of course revise, we can review some basic tips regarding some other problems. So till then, thank you so much. Have a nice day. We'll catch you soon in the next session very soon. Goodbye.